Hi, it's me again. So now I wanted to talk about associations that we have from a very early age in life. So, what has happened from birth up until the age of 6, 7, as they say? If you've done any psychology, you know that you have your conditioning and processes are pretty set in those age groups. I do believe it goes on a little bit longer, and you do develop associations as you're going throughout your entire foundational upbringing, which takes you through high school up until the age of 25. Up at the age of 25, I think your psychology and your brain stops developing. I always say by the age of 28, you've kind of worked it all out, and now you start growing and enjoying life or adulting properly. You want to be an adult from the age of 21, but you're still learning. Everything is still foundational all the way through. You've gone from being a baby to being a child to being a teenager and to getting through high school. Everything is just new. Every phase that you're going through, get through most of your initial phases by the time you get to 25, and then you've got your adulting phases and your 30-year-old phases, your 40-year-old phases, and you start realizing, oh, from having thought you've now learned everything and you know everything you need to know. If you're anything like me at the age of 40, I kind of woke up and realized, I actually know nothing at all. I thought I did at the age of 25. I knew everything, got married, decided, right, this is it, life is made, and it wasn't. And life threw me left, right, and center. I've lived curveball after curveball as an adult. And way into my adult life, when I started doing my self-development work, did I actually learn about the associations I had made since early days in my life. So I had, one of my biggest ones is being told I can't. If someone says, I want to do something, someone says you can't, and they don't back it up, or even if they do back it up, I'm like, rubbish, of course I can. And I've tried many, many ways to can't, and I've learned how to can, actually. But I was asked once by a guy I went to for one of my therapy sessions or counseling. I've tried all sorts of things, from psychology to healing to all sorts, and I've eventually kind of found my own way, and I'm learning things. But from the skills I did learn from the therapies, from the courses, from my healing courses that I did, my esoteric learning, I've really taken things very broad and kind of circled around back towards myself and learned, at the age of 2, the psychologist, let me go back to him, the psychologist actually asked me to kind of breathe, get into meditative space. What was the earliest time I remember being told I can't? And the answer came to me being I was 2 years old. If I recall, when I was 2, my dad was off at the army. He went off to Angola. Apparently he was shooting off cannons in the army during that civil war. And I went to nursery school. Mom had to go off to work, and she was working full day. So I was at nursery school the whole day until she came to get me. And when I was upset and I wanted mommy, I was told I can't have her. I can't. And of course, this made me even more upset, because back in the day, especially when I was a child, debriefing and explaining to children was, she's too little, she won't understand. And so my association to I can't riles me. If somebody tells me I can't, to this day, I'm now, as this video is being made, a 51-year-old plus woman. And if somebody tells me I can't, you don't understand the anger that actually courses through my veins. Obviously, I've over time learned how to manage my anger. I've learned how to manage my emotions to the best of my ability at this stage. Obviously, it's a forever progress in the making. And I just wanted to talk about associations in certain behaviors that happen to us. We don't always understand. We just get angry. We just get emotional. And many people will look at you and say, well, why are you overreacting by that? It's not necessary. They Their association to it is completely different to your association. So you need to own your process. When I say own your process, does not mean I am this, I get angry, and that is it, end of story, and I'm going to do nothing about it, because I can do nothing about it. It's been happening that way all my life and I don't know why. Or maybe you do know why, like I learned why I can't riles me. When you learn why, that association might well never leave your system. You might always react, but that is the tool, as I mentioned in my emotions video, that comes to you that says, okay, what are you going to do about that anger process? Can you change the situation? Are you in control of the situation? If you're not in control about it, you need to let it go, in control of it. Let me try and speak decent English. If you're not in control of it, you need to understand that you cannot do anything about it. You need to then let it go. If it is something you can control, then you find a way to work through it. Your own emotions, you can definitely control. It is you, yourself, your body, your life. You can control it. Processes coming in from the outside, if it's somebody else's reaction, if they're projecting on you, you need to understand, are they projecting to you, or are they creating something that's a mirror to you? If it is a mirror and the emotions are coming up inside of you, from what they are saying, then it is a tool that you get to use for yourself to grow with. Why am I getting angry? Why am I getting sad? What am I going to do about this? And is it worth holding onto, or is it worth letting go? The other subject I wanted to bring into this conversation, and I can have another one, I can make another video about it, is allowing. Allowing is a very big topic in itself. Allowing processes to unfold. Allowing yourself to become angry. Allow that person to be angry about what they are angry about, or sad, or happy, or however they are reacting to the given scenario. Allowing things to happen is going to allow you to let go. Give the process time, give it space. Allow a person to move through your space, their space, whatever space. If you're prepared to give them the space to grow, to be angry, allow it to unfold. Allow it to unfold naturally. I often use this phrase, allow it to unfold, because if there's nothing you can do about it, you're not in control of the situation, you need to just sit back and watch it happen. It's actually very interesting when you allow the space to actually happen and see what becomes created, or what gets created from situations and scenarios. So, associations, please send me an email at livesmartfd@gmail.com, and let me know what you think is an association to what you are going through, if that makes sense. Send me a question. There's a scenario that goes on. This has been happening since I was whatever age to whatever age, or from when I was a teenager, something happened, and ever since that time, this keeps happening. How can I shift the association or the understanding of what the process is? Please let me help you. Let me help you with perspectives. If I can't find an answer, I will go out and I'll even do research to find out how to answer you back. Meditate on it. I'm also a working in progress. We're forever growing and forever developing. Foundational development is a starting process right now. It is going to develop in something, and we need to allow it to unfold. I believe there is a path for it. Foundations are forever growing, forever building upon, and we're in a forward movement space. We're moving from separation into togetherness again, with individual growth and processes along the way. So we're all walking hand in hand, moving forward. Let's allow this process to unfold. Let's allow foundational development to grow. Let me help you with your associations, shifting your associations, and creating paths forward that we can actually grow stronger with. Group to group, one-on-one, group to group, growing communities, community to community. Who knows where foundational development can go? And I really hope to be communicating with all of you soon.